Hi, I'm Jen. Welcome to Bergen Mama TV. I'm here today to talk about vegetable gardening. It's one of my favorite things to do in the spring and summer. Every year I create a vegetable garden with my kids. We're starting off our trip at Willow Run in Crest Hill. You're gonna walk through with me, we're gonna pick out some products, then we're gonna head over to my place where I'm gonna show you my vegetable garden and teach you some tricks of the trade. Come on, let's go. First thing I like to do when I get to the store is look around for the kids' products because obviously it's no fun if the kids can't be involved. This little handy watering can kit is just perfect. It's exactly what your kids need. I mean, it doesn't have to be this exact one, but a basic shovel and some gloves for the kids, plus a watering can. They'll be really psyched and they're definitely gonna be into helping. Next stop is I shop for gear for me. I'm always shopping for gloves. And it doesn't matter which kind you pick. You just need something that fits your hand really well that you can work with. I also like to pick up a bag of fertilizer. And a brand that I've used before that I really like is this Chickadee Doo-Doo. Sounds kind of gross, sounds like it smells, but actually no, it doesn't. It's just great stuff to throw on your garden. Makes those plants really grow well. Some other items you're definitely gonna need for your garden include the following. A trowel. These are gonna help you dig the holes to put your plantings in. A set of clippers. When you do have vegetables, these really help clip the vines. A scissor is not gonna do the job. This is what you need. My last stop at the garden center is always to pick up seedlings. Now that you've got your gear, you actually need the material. And I find that Willow Run has great material to start with. If you wanna plant actual seeds, that's fine. You just need to start earlier in the season. But I think for beginners, the seedlings are great because they're already somewhat grown and they're really hardy. Some great beginner plants to start with are tomatoes, peppers, and different kinds of herbs. You can see behind me they have dill, parsley, cilantro, rosemary is a great one. These are all very hardy, well-growing plants for this area. So we're here today with Mauro Petrillo from Petrillo Landscaping. He's my landscaper and he's been with me since we built this garden. He actually built it. He's here today to answer some just very basic questions about planting. Questions that I've had, questions that others have had. He's an expert. So what are the three most important factors about creating a successful vegetable garden?
I think in terms of planning your garden, you should think of the three most important factors. First and foremost should be sun exposure. Obviously you want something with a lot of sunlight, and if you have partial shade, something with some good afternoon sunlight. So from say 10 o'clock to the rest of the day would be perfect. Second most important thing to consider with regards to location of your garden is soil. You could do something as formal as an elevated structure, or if you really want to start very simple for beginners, you can choose a small location in the beds, and then just make sure the soil is moist and it's loose. And if you feel that it's not, you can make amendments to the soil with some peat moss and some sand, cultivate it and mix it in. You want to be able to grab the soil, make a ball. When you open up your hand, you want to be able to fall on its own. That's perfect for the garden. And the third most important is irrigation. Most of the time, you're going to have Mother Nature helping you. When she isn't, you have to supplement, and that could be done with the irrigation on your property from sprinklers, or it can be done by hand.
When we go to plant this garden, how deep do we plant? How deep should our holes be?
Normally, when you pull the material out of the flat, you're going to have a neat little pocket already created with a root system. You want to make sure that you're planting this right at the level of the soil in your garden or slightly above. So the best thing to do, just dig a little hole. Okay, you've already turned over the soil, nice and loose, roughly. Thank you very much. And that's perfect. If you leave it at its height, or a little bit lower, a little bit higher, that's perfectly fine.
Our rule of thumb is about a 1 foot square. You can see here we used some string to just kind of, for the eye, make it very simple. In each 1 foot square, we put one large plant. So a tomato plant would go in here. A pepper plant would go in here. When it comes to herbs, you can plant 3 herbs in here, the medium size. And if they're really small plants, you can probably put 5 or 6. So this is a really handy way to keep your spacing correct when you're doing your garden. So thanks for joining us today. I hope you learned that it's really easy to plant a vegetable garden. You don't need a large box like this. You could even just do it in a flower bed. But doing a vegetable garden this summer could be a lot of fun with your kids. Look forward to our further posts about what we're harvesting and some recipes to make with that. See you soon.